So many songs that have blessed people have been written butt naked. Next question.
Really?
But not one sock on. Straight out the bed. But if you come over to my house, don't sit on that piano bench. Sit on that piano bench. That piano bench ain't had nothing but cheeks. Piano bench. For Jesus. Next question.
Wow. Go ahead.
Can you just repeat my quote one more time?
The movement began with Frank Cherry, who claimed he had a dream revealing that black Americans are the true Israelites. There's no evidence to support that. It's a belief from some man's vision with no historical backing.
I said that?
That's what you said. And can you explain why you would say that? Is that what you truly believe?
Okay. Did I?
By the way, please keep off your phone if possible.
Yes. Look, you bossing me around.
I'm just trying to remember a place where I said that. I think it was at the...
I'm not asking where you said it. I'm asking you to go more in depth, and then we'll let him
I
respond.
might have said that at the Met Gala.
The Met Gala?
Yeah. You know, like anything...
He looks like he's dressed up for it.
Like anything,
that required a response.
I seek, seek answers. I'm curious about things.
You weren't seeking answers. You were making a stern point against black Israelites.
Side is white?
Well, they're from Europe, Italian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You looked up a lot of words before this. I didn't even get a chance to do that.
Well, I'm the moderator, all right?
I heard about this girl.
Meaning
We're
like
not lab made.
No, meaning like your dad, y'all go by your mother, but are y'all Jewish, or y'all like American, white?
We are American Jews.
Okay, so you're Jewish, like from Israel. That's what I mean, from like Israeli.
Fuck him.
I'm a Jewish American. My parents are both
Jewish.
Are both Jewish.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
From Israel?
My father's from Israel.
I only say that because when I asked the moderator, he said he wasn't.
He wasn't
Jewish.
You're talking about me?
Oh, he's not Jewish.
You're the moderator.
I'm not Jewish.
Right.
I'm formerly Jewish. Now I'm a white power
So that's why, see how you say formally? I didn't even know you could do that, but apparently.
You can't.
Prince did something like that.
Well, I make these counterpoints
Prince just took his
because
name away, right?
You can choose how you live your life.
Right.
Spiritual identity. I heard you earlier talk about the Father. In the book of Numbers, chapter 1, it says.
I was talking about that.
I think you talk about me, right?
Okay.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. It says, we know what tribe you're from based off the Father.
Right.
Up until Mount Sinai, everything was according to the Father, and then we changed. The book of Ezra and Nehemiah changed, and now the spiritual identity goes according to the mother. Everything else goes according to the Father.
No.
But Jewishly today, everything goes. The spiritual identity.
That's good
that's
without
a
your
lie.
permission.
Well, I mean, a lie. I mean, we could disagree.
No, that's a lie. Like, you're always
You don't get
according to your father.
Oh,
Your father makes up the tribe.
The tribe, correct. The tribe, and
I thought
what tribe you're from, whether you're a Kohen, whether you're a
This is
priest, a
serious.
Levite, an Israelite, that's all by the Father.
No, but there's 12 tribes of Israel. So you have
Carbo
Judah,
loading.
Manasseh,
I think now we're going to
Naphtali,
sort of take a
Gad,
back seat to the
Benjamin.
interview, and I
That's
think they're going
all
to take it from
determined
here.
by the father. So your
Correct.
race or
About carbs.
ethnicity is by your father. That's why you can't
No, I was making a
intermarry.
joke about the
Well,
rape Jews.
in Deuteronomy chapter
that was
7,
good,
it says that
Okay.
that you may not intermarry. That's true. In terms
Yeah,
of
so you can't take their sons.
in terms of
you can't take their
interracial
daughters.
marriage,
Right.
what you had said before, Judaism is.
Do
not
you support interracial marriage?
Yeah, of course.
You would marry a
That's
non-Jew.
not in the Torah, though.
That's interfaith, not inter.
Okay, but
That's not in the Torah.
you know what I mean when I say that.
Where in the Torah you can intermarry?
No,
fucking
you
Kuzarim.
cannot. Deuteronomy chapter 7 is a biblical commandment against intermarriage.
But you just said that you
No,
can.
he said interrace.
What?
Judaism is not a race; it's a religion. So you have black
okay,
people.
so now when you say
black
that,
people, white
whatever you
people-
say with Judaism, that's fine. But if we're going by the Torah, you can't intermarry, interracial. You can't do none of that. But based on the Torah.
So I'll ask you a simple question.
Mm-hmm.
What verse, where in the Jewish scriptures does it say that you cannot interracially marry, not interfaith?
Well,
And
real quick, I have a
Deuteron-
question. Do you believe that Judaism is like sort of an ethnicity as well?
No,
No,
it can't be.
no.
Oh, you don't believe that?
It's
What
like
about you,
Christianity.
Rabbi with the hat?
I assume that's because we're both wearing hats. Just
You have the hat on. He has that little evil thing on. Go ahead.
They both evil.
By the way, you guys they're both evil?
I'm evil.
No, the hats.
the hats.
not you.
What about the big one or just the small?
Yeah, both of them.
Why are they?
Google. That's not in the Torah either.
That
They come from Russia. They come off the Russian steppe.
Just because it's not in the Torah, just because I'm wearing it makes it evil. Is what you're wearing around your head.
If you
in the
wear it
Bible?
like this a headpiece.
That's what Jesus wore,
A
I think.
headpiece or a mitre is in the Bible. Ezekiel wore a mitre. It said, "Put that tire upon thy head and go teach the word." He never said put a yarmulke or the chieftain hat. That's from Russia. So when you represent that as Judaism, you're fine. But when you represent it as a Torah, it's wrong.
So we should have definitions.
Oh,
clear.
you got him there. I give a point to the black.
We should have definitions made clear. For example,
When he say to the black, he's saying black Jesus, black Moses, black Elijah.
Well, to be clear, I don't think any of those people are black.
They all black.
I don't think a single one of them is black.
Yeah, all of them.
And neither does Sal, by the way, or these two Jews. Hey,
All of them black.
I
Why
don't
does
think
it
so.
matter if
Are
they're
they black?
Do you think Jesus is black?
Which one?
You know.
Jesus? He doesn't think Jesus is
well,
black.
they're from the Middle
whether-
East.
Yeah,
Middle East are brown olive skin.
Has anybody
traditionally.
seen
What
the new
the hell
Dancing
is
with the
olive
Stars?
skin green?
No,
But even the olive is black, you know.
I don't
So
think
when
that
you say
God
olive
cares
skin, it's still saying black.
what
He
color-
got you. Your analogy doesn't work.
what color people are has no. I mean, that doesn't matter.
That is diabolical to say when y'all created colorism.
Who's y'all? What are you talking
When
about?
I'm saying
Speaking
y'all,
of diabolical, there's a new season of Hell's Kitchen that just started. That is a
Sal, don't try to cop out
brief
here.
promo.
Sal, we're gonna. Why is it
Y'all
surprising
need to
that
wake him
he had
up.
shit all over his hands? Shit is not usually white unless you drank a Slurpee.
Well, if you did it, you probably be putting in his ass though, cause y'all freaky like that. Yeah,
I'm
they
not gay
freaky
or
like
anything.
that.
Don't project
I
on
ain't say
me.
gay.
bro.
I said freaky, cause you won't call
I know, but-
yourself gay when you do freaky shit. But
I'm not
you
gay at
freaky.
all.
I wasn't looking for Israel first. You know, y'all went to Haiti, y'all went to South America, y'all was looking in Africa, y'all was looking anywhere to go.
If you look at
originally.
if
If
you
you
look
go
at-
back to the Belfort Act and all of that y'all did, that's why y'all have that war in Palestine, because you broke every treaty that you even had with the Palestinians.
that's a whole separate conversation.
No,
In terms-
it's
in
you're
terms-
asking how did you get this? So y'all was thank you. So y'all was in Germany having war with another set of white people because y'all all white. Y'all they went America fights for y'all, and then they like, where are we gonna place these people? And so again, if you look historically, they was going to place you in South America. They was going to place you in Haiti. They was going to place you in Africa. And then the Palestinians welcomed y'all with open arms, thinking that y'all was only going to bring a certain amount of people, thinking that y'all wasn't going to expand in certain other areas. And then what did y'all do, like white people do? Broke the treaties and just decided we're going to take more and more and more and more land from them. So
Okay.
that land was never yours. It's not the Palestinians either, but at least they was there before y'all got there.
What you're saying is factually 1,000% false. If you look at any DNA,
I can pull up the bell for that.
I
No
don't
fault
care
allowed.
what you
It's
call
all
it.
gonna be off the
If
top
you did
knowledge.
a DNA test of me, the language, the life, the coins, the Torah, everything shows that the Jews were there for thousands of years.
That's
To
cap.
suggest that we weren't, I would suggest, why don't you go do a DNA test? I'll do a DNA test, and we'll
Right.
link that back and see.
So-
what
But the white man
here's the
owns the
thing
DNA
about-
company.
First of all,
Listen,
to compare
let me give you one
Israelis.
back. So now, this
currently on
statement ain't
tour.
about you, but when you say DNA test, so the very people that took away the identity of black people, you want me to go to them to give me my identity? That's
They're
gonna lie to us.
And DNA and on the
I have a new
subject
talk
on
show
the
coming out
subject
called Manouche.
on the subject of DNA for your ancestry, it's not even accurate. You can only go so far. You can only go back so many generations. Why? Because like if you DNA for a child, that's live data. For a murder, that's live
My
data.
Special
You can
Terrified
go
is on
back
HBO
certain
Max.
generations. You can get live data, but at some point, it's just a guess.
I'll give you
So
a checkmate. I'll give you a checkmate. If you look at the Kohanim, if you look at the priests and their Y chromosomes, they have a very unique set of Y chromosomes bundled together. It is unique to them only, and it goes back over 3,000 years to one common
And
person.
who said that? Who said that? Who gave this information? The same
The white man!
The same Jewish people that lied
But
is the
now-
same Jewish people that you think are going to be honest. But I have the information. So what we're talking about is you guys converted around 600 AD to Judaism. And it's no different than
can't
when
push
white people believe that they're the
conversion on
Americans
us
when
when
you
you-
have the native indigenous people that was here first.
Oh my God. Okay, this.
I don't even know what he just said. I was eating the bread.
Okay,
Go ahead. now your turn.
everything-
You fucking that bread up, by the way.
That you just said is so factually just wrong.
It's not.
It. Okay.
You are fucking.
In the New Testament, when it described the disciples in Acts 13:1, it called them
Scary too, if you think about it.
pronounced as we would say the N-word, and it just means black.
You want him to say it right?
Show me Jesus in the Jewish scriptures, and then we can talk about the New
What
Testament.
book do you stop at?
After Malachi.
Do you keep Hanukkah?
I keep Hanukkah.
So that's after Malachi. You do
That's
know
right.
that.
So
okay, then. So do you keep the book of Maccabees? Yes or no?
So if you're talking about Deuteronomy
Do
4,
you keep the book of Maccabees? Yes or no?
no, we don't. When you say keep, we keep the oral law, the written law.
But I'm asking you, if you keep Hanukkah, Hanukkah is in the book of Maccabees. When
That's right.
Judas, okay, then.
That's
So
right.
do you read that book?
I mean, no, I don't. It's not part
Then
of.
you don't. You can't. Okay, this is when we say the white man is the devil, because he said he don't keep nothing after Malachi, but then he said he celebrates Hanukkah.
no.
It just means deceiver.
Okay.
So
What is that?
No?
What was that?
Go ahead.
no, I do not want Sal to be persecuted.
What about those two? Do you think
I
he
don't
should
want
be
them.
persecuted?
I don't want. Oh,
You think he should be persecuted?
No.
No, nobody should be persecuted.
right. I don't think
We're
they
all
should.
I don't know
equally
if I
the
agree.
I don't
we're all
think so.
equally the children of God.
I'm
All
not,
of us
I,
equally.
no.
No, we're not all the
that
children
a
of
trick
God,
question?
though. But
What are the things that you'll see? You'll see universal peace on earth. You'll see universal knowledge of God. We're talking
not
about.
without war first, though.
Yeah. Well, that's that. How it comes about is a
It's
debate.
war first.
Is a debate. But there are different opinions. One opinion is it's you against your own ego and overcoming your ego, because most bad things come from the ego. There are different interpretations to things. But when you look at things in terms of the Messianic era and things like this, it's all about peace, love, where
So-
Jewish people of all faiths, atheists, Muslims, Christians, we're all going to get along. It's all
So
it's going to be
there's
beautiful.
something called the uncomfortable truth, right? And so I know why when I'm saying the things that I'm saying and you say it comes across as racist,
Well,
because
hold on. I want to move to the next topic.
if you lend money to a non-Israelite, you can charge him interest.
Yes.
But if you lend money to an Israelite, you cannot charge him interest.
Yes.
Because there's
That's
a
how
difference.
you act?
But it,
No, no,
it,
that's not how I'm acting. I'm
that
making a
is
point.
true, and
Right.
it also says that when you have, specifically, it says these three people. It says the convert, the orphan, and the widow.
Well,
but they're
orphan and a widow could be an Israelite too, though.
Well, right,
I'm
but they're
just
all.
sticking with converts or citizens. It don't say convert in the Bible. That's why citizen is better. If a stranger that's a non-Israelite lives amongst us, they would have the same rights as us. But there's certain things like every Israelite is not a priest. So every Israelite wouldn't wear an Israelite garment.
That's true. Every
Right, so
convert
what I'm-
is an Israelite. It would be an
They're not
Israelite, not
Israelite.
not a Levite or a priest. That's true.
Right, so that's what I'm
you're wearing
saying.
that because you're priestly.
Right. If a Israel, excuse me, let's say if a Ishmaelite is living in the land of Israel under our rule, they would follow the Torah, they would follow the laws, they would do everything like us. They would be a
Could they
citizen, no
become
different
Israelites?
than. Would still be an Ishmaelite. They would just be like a citizen, like when Elon Musk, who's South African, comes to America. He's an American citizen.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Recha HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren, you fellow affiliates, you believers and supporters of this truth. Shalom to the elect. So I think I am going to touch on this video with Captain Tazaryach and a couple of Jews, one Jew, one rabbi. I don't know. I don't even know if they legitimate. He got a lot of converts, and that's what he was asking them. But let's say for the sake of the video, and then this other man that he says he's Italian, which could be a Jake. You never know. And then the one that sits beside Captain Tazaryach, he just looks like he's out of there. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. His head keeps falling over. Maybe too much to drink. But anyway, you got to watch deceptive Edomites. You got to watch them, man, because, Captain Tazaryach, the scripture says, live peaceably amongst all men. So he said, hey, he didn't want to see them destroyed. We know that the heart where it really is. But these people, I'll say that. So, you know how it is. We can't really say much on these people. But these people are the ones that always promote pushing peace, prosperity, and love. I mean, but you would think that the Lord is not an author of confusion, as Paul said, but you would think if that's the case, everybody should be under your banner or under your doctrine to promote peace. You would think so. But there's so many different religions, different beliefs for a reason, because everybody believes that they're following God. That's what it boils down to. Now, and I found it interesting for the things that I can remember. Captain Tazaryach told him about lending to the stranger, and if it's somebody else, you got to pay him back or whatever, what I can remember. And this Jew or person, he said, yeah, that's what the Bible say, and they believe to upholding that. So what's happening? Anybody can look up this word, the Jewish. Look it up in online etymology. You'll be surprised at what it says. Extortioner. So he's in all agreement to all of this, right? They're in agreement to be the lenders and you be the tail, as Deuteronomy 28:64 said we would be. As long as you follow them and the way they promote doctrine in their life, as long as we come under them, then it's all right, is what they're saying. Captain Tazaryach handled them on the DNA. Like, wouldn't you create the DNA to fit you? And by the way, in that land, it's illegal to use DNA. So I don't know. That's weird. So I'm going to go to Habakkuk 2:2. And the Lord answered me and said, write a vision and make it plain upon the tables, that it may run that readeth it. Right? That he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, right? But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come to pass. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. So when we read the scriptures, we can see who this is talking about through process of elimination. Of course, the scholars will go in and say, no, this happened in this time and that time. Well, maybe so, but it's happening again, right? Neither keepeth at home who enlargeth his desires hell, and his death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, right? Now, this is literally talking about all different nations. Well, nations of Israel as well, right? And heapeth unto him all people, right? So the scripture says, shall not all these take up a parable? So now what Captain Tazaryach was bringing out, and I got the video actually, when the video recordings and stuff first came out, of how you saw Palestinians there. That's who you saw in that land. I don't know what the hell this person is talking about. I got the video on my hard drive. I may put it in there or not. I don't know. But yeah, they wasn't there. Maybe a few, but they wasn't there in a whole as a nation. And this man was blindsided. He said it at the end. I was bum rushed. I didn't know this was going to happen. And you can see he was really pissed. You know, when you hear the truth and you're not an Israelite, yeah, that's going to piss you off. You know, not that some of our people aren't amongst them. You just can't look at a white person and say, oh, that's a heathen or Edomite. You just can't always do that, because we are scattered in amounts amongst them as well. But as a whole, as a nation, they're not our people, right? And they're not the people of the Bible, according to the scriptures. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, like Job 20:22, because of men's blood, and for violence of the land, right, of the city, and of all that dwell therein, right? You can keep reading all this. Just Habakkuk 2 pretty much brings it together on who these people are and who funded it and who supported it. And they did a lot trying to hide it. And it's crazy how all Christians and these people, they always say they don't care, or the color of the Messiah doesn't matter. But when we ask, it all of a sudden matters. That's weird to me. Because if it didn't matter, you would say, well, he could be that color. But no. White racism, right? White racism is what tells you that at the end of the day, no matter what people say the Messiah and what God looked like or the Jews look like, they have to be white. But we'll say that it doesn't matter what he looked like or what he looked like or certain things and features that he had, but we're still going to say he wasn't so-called black though. That's weird, right? That's weird. These guys do it. The Christians do it. Black Christians do it mainly. The so-called black Christians. They mainly the ones that do it. So I'm not going to make this video long because I made such a long intro. Isaiah 14:1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Right? The strangers are the Israelites who will cleave to the house of Jacob. Some Israelites say that ain't the strangers are heathens. Well, cleaving means to bond or be joined, right? And on one accord, when you look that up, so we know that's not heathens. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. Captain Tazaryach got to get on board with the mark of the beast and some of those teachings that the IHBK teach. But for the sake of the video, Captain Tazaryach wiped them up, and it wasn't even hard. You can see it wasn't even hard. They don't know what the hell going on, right? It wasn't even a real argument. And I'm looking to see, they said it's a heated debate, and I'm looking and I'm like, what the hell was heated? Anyway, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. What does that sound like? But this guy, right, we see on the end, he wants to be in this position. That's why they're angry, right? They're angry because they understand that if we're those people, it's like they have a problem with us saying what we're saying, waking up what we're waking up. But like we said before, with the color, it don't matter till you bring facts. So all of a sudden, when we bring facts and say, well, look, this is us. Deuteronomy 28:48, yokes of iron on our neck and slave ships. Joel, the 3rd chapter, when he sold a boy for a harlot and a girl for wine. And now we see this. They're so pissed off at us. And then everybody else allowed to be whatever religion they are. Didn't this person say, it's okay to follow whatever religion or belief you want? But it's not. Because y'all bring that anti-S word on us. What are you afraid of? You know what I'm saying? What is there to be afraid of? Well, let's go to verse 21. Let's see. Prepare slaughter for the children, for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So again, I find it weird that nobody cares about skin color until we prove the skin color. Nobody cares about religion until we prove who we are. And now all of a sudden, you have to be the people. And then he brings in his racist statement saying, oh, the beautiful white chromosome special gene. Who made that shit up? First of all, to be that way is a recessive gene. The Lord didn't make a recessive gene a great gene. And these people don't even believe in the Messiah and gave us white Jesus and still won't accept him being so-called black. Now that's racism. Captain Tazaryach can speak and say, nope, they were black. If color don't matter, why are you answering and saying, if it doesn't matter, why are you saying, no, they wasn't so-called black? Let's look up something in the blue letter. What Captain Tazaryach brought out, Acts 13. We're going to look that word up and we're going to read it. No, we're just going to let it play. We're going to let it play. I thought I had it. 13. Right, Acts 13:1. Let's see what it says. Now there was in Antioch a certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon that were called Niger. So it says here Barnabas and Simeon that was called Niger, right? Let's see what it says.
Strong's G 3526. Niger.
Right? Let's read it again.
Strong's G 3526. Niger.
Yeah. That change of accents when they brought us over and called us the Nigers in the country slang of Niger to the N word. Well, you got the Niger River, which just means so-called black. That's all. Anyway, Isaiah 60:12. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. This person we see on the left said it's not about war first. It's just your interpretation. But over there, they're talking about the third temple being built and fighting against other nations, and God will be with them. I mean, these people, they just have so many different beliefs and doctrines. When you start throwing the truth, lining it up according to prophecy, then we see a problem, right? But what did First Chronicles say, right? Let's go to First Chronicles real quick. Chronicles 17. Let's see what that say. 17:9. And I will provide a place for my people, Israel, and will plant them in their land, and they will dwell in their place of their own, and be disturbed no more. No longer will the sons of wickedness oppress them as they did in the beginning. So we see this can't be true, because if they were placed there and they were the people, the sons of wickedness wouldn't be placing them, wouldn't be causing them trouble, right? So when you go to the history real quick, what they did is had a ceasefire in the time of the 1948 era, so to speak. And by the way, through the League of Nations back during World War I, they set up the plan and put them there. So when you go back to that, and they was doing what they was doing to the Palestinians, that caused a ceasefire. And you know what? They tricked them again, right? This is Esau. And said, we need a ceasefire. Let's talk. Let's have negotiations. Never trust thine enemy. During a ceasefire, they hooked up, the UN and everybody hooked up with other nations, forced in there, like even America, right? Forced in there, send tanks, send everything in there. Ceasefire is over. They got wiped out. Yeah, that's not going to happen with the children of Israel, man, with the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. No, ain't none of that, because we know how Esau get down. Anyway, that's all I have on that show.